Hello, hello, hello. You're returning to the episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's first topic, rumors are swirling that Von Miller could become a Baltimore Raven. Look. Guys, I want to make sure that I say this quite clearly, right? So you understand exactly where I'm coming from, so there's no mix-up, okay? Von Miller, I don't believe under any circumstance, will become or will be playing in Baltimore as a Raven. Let you know that now. So there were reports that Von Miller is going to meet with the Ravens. Those are the rumors that have been stemming around. And look, some people are saying he can still play. He's old, but he can still play. For one, he has a whole bunch of stuff. On off the field that's been going on between domestic violence and other stuff like that. So based on that alone, I know the Ravens aren't going to touch him at all. That's number one. Okay? And number two, once again, I don't think he's what they need. He's not. And I don't think he has the ability to be what they need anymore. The player who I believe can still do work and put in work at a high level still is Matthew Judon. But a lot of times, like right now, I believe Bleacher Report came out, said Baltimore is obviously open to adding older players to help chase a championship in 2025, and Miller could be an asset. Bro, I want y'all to understand something. If you're saying this, you don't know Baltimore. Baltimore's already going through the stuff with Justin Tucker. They're trying to keep everything very mute, very quiet. The NFL's trying to keep it very mute, very quiet, right? But they don't want any extra stuff on their plate that they don't have to deal with, that they're going to have to deal with. He right now was just arrested this past season, I believe, for some type of domestic altercation. The Ravens are not touching it. They are not. If you want Von Miller right now, I'm letting you know it's not happening. Not with the stuff that he got going on off the field. Nope. And mind you, if there was nothing going off the field and everything else, then yeah, I could see the Ravens making this move and saying, hey, we'll get a rotational player that can have more higher highs than lower lows. I could see it. But because of the off the field stuff, I don't see it happening at all. At all. I forgot if it was sometime last year. Right? I think it was last year. Late last year. But he was called in for something of that effect. And he had got suspended over it or something like that. You know where I'm coming from? So, yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. I was trying to tell everybody, I didn't see that happening. Now you have multiple reports of maybe you could go back to the Broncos and stuff like that. Or maybe you could go back to the Rams. But the Bills released him. He's a fully free, agent. He can go anywhere he wants. Anywhere. Anywhere. I'm looking at it. He can go anywhere he wants. But I'm telling you right now, he won't be in Baltimore. Not with the stuff that I just told you. And it's not the first time either that he's had certain allegations levied at him. Allegedly. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't see it. Now, the player that I would want, like I said before, is Matthew Judon. Matthew Judon can still play. He can still ball. And we might be able to get him at a discount. I believe he already has a home in Baltimore or something like that. It'd be perfect. Absolutely perfect. He can get the ring that's been avoided, that's been, ever so distant from him with the team that he started out with. Cinderella story, bibbidi bobbidi boo. You know what I'm saying? And if he plays for us for 1 year, he guarantees himself a 2-year contract somewhere else because now he's a champion. Especially if he gets 10 plus sacks. He can guarantee himself a 2-year contract somewhere else. So that's that's the game. That's the game that we're in right now. If you're an older player and you know that you're on the wrong side of 30, if you can go to a team and still contribute at a high level, another team would want you in there for locker room purposes for another 2 years, 3 years, whatever else like that is, give you a nice contract. You got your title and everything else. You can go out there, try to rack up some more stats before you call it a day and retire with your head held high. But do I want him? No. I wanted Calais Campbell and Matthew Judon. Calais Campbell's going back to the Cardinals. I would love for Matthew Judon to go back to the Baltimore Ravens. It just makes too much sense. But to think that Von Miller is coming here is absolutely asinine. I would be ridiculously dumbfounded if he came here. Because once again, the Ravens have zero tolerance for those things. You understand where I'm coming from? To then invite a player that has been through that problem multiple times, just as recently as a couple months ago, and you would say, yeah, he's going to be a Baltimore Raven. Oh, no. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. I'm telling you, it's not happening. It's not happening, bro. It's not. It's not. It is not happening at all. And to mind you, like I said before, I wouldn't want him to. There's other pass rushers that are free. I believe Zadarius Smith. Is he still available? I don't know. Thought he was available for a while, but Matthew Judon is the guy. I think you go after a young stud, in the draft. You get Matthew Judon. Now you have a great rotation of players, old, young, everything else. And Matthew Judon's great against the run too. So that bolsters your run defense also. So it's like, man, okay, he's a double-edged player. He can pass rush and he can get and stop the run. Perfect. He's a sure tackler. Perfect. Because remember, the Baltimore Ravens kept putting him onto the flats. That's why he never reached 10 sacks when he was here. That's not going to be the case in this defense anymore. They let the guys pin their ears back and go get the quarterback. Real talk. That's what they do. So, I mean, we're getting to see what happens, but I think that's what's going to end up happening. I truly do, because once again, it just doesn't make sense for anything else. But if you're believing that he's coming here, you're out of your mind. Totally out of your mind. There's some young guys I'm looking at. Everyone's talking about Abdul Carter and others. But, hey, there are some other guys that I believe could change around this thing. We'll go over on one of the next videos. But if we get one of those young guys out of the draft with a Matthew Judon with what we already have, we might have a wrecking crew on our D-line, and we might be able to make some real noise, especially with Travis Jones coming back fully healthy. Bro, could be cookies. Just being real. Just being real. But what do you guys think? Would you guys actually want Von Miller to play for this team? Or do you agree with me and say he's not going to play for this team? I don't want him on this team. Bring me Matthew Judon. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please, all right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching, and we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. You know, love the comments. And guys, if you haven't already done so, check out The Wunderkind Morning Show. Yes, where we are live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., where we touch on all sports topics. We have a lot of fun. And on top of that, we have a nostalgia at the end of every show from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. I'll put a smile on your face. So be there, be squared. Also, if you'd like to donate to this channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code. QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is $, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. And I just want to give a shout out to somebody that had donated, Eric Plummer. He's always sitting there, and Mr. Plummer's always, just always sitting there just donating, $2.50, $3, $5. I just want to tell him thank you. He said God is great. God is good. God is more than great. Thank you so much for looking out and supporting the channel, man. It's so duly, helpful, and it's noted. And I just want to tell you thank you, man. God bless. Thank you so much. All right? And if you want to do what Mr. Plummer continuously keeps doing for this channel, that's how you do it, all right? But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show is Metro signing off, and as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here, huh? Finish him, Daddy.